So, for the last topic, I am going to explain how the culture affects the formation of the self-identity. So, this topic seeks to explore the selfhood play in defining human society and each human individual in that society. It considers the genetic and cultural origins of self, the role that self plays in socialization and language, and the types of self we generate in our individual journey to and through adulthood. So, culture. What is culture? So, this is the set of unwritten norms of conduct that guide the behavior of a group. So, according to Edward Taylor, it is defined complex whole which includes knowledge, belief, art, morals, law, customs, and any other capabilities and habits acquired by man. Sociologists describe two interrelated aspects of human culture, which is the physical object of the culture and the ideas associated with these objects. So, material culture. It refers to the physical objects, resources, and the spaces that people use to define their culture. So, this includes homes, neighborhoods, cities, schools, churches, temples, factories, plants, goods and products, stores, and so forth. All of these physical aspects of culture help to define its member, behaviors, and perception. Next is the non-material cultures. It refers to the non-physical ideas that people have about their culture, including beliefs, values, rules, norms, morals, language, organizations, and institutions. So, for instance, the non-material cultural concept of religion consists of a set of ideas and beliefs that God, worship, morals, and ethics. These beliefs then determine how the culture responds to its religious topics, issues, and events. So, next is social identities. So, people construct their self-identity from the similarities and differences in characteristics among individuals. Example, you have categorized yourself as a model. These chances are you will adopt the identity of model and begin to act in the ways you believe model act and conform to the norms of the group. Next is family membership. So, this is the most significant feature to determine a person's social identity. For example, a person's social identity can be determined based on the influence of his or her family background. It can be their history, status, traits, or even resources. The next is language. So, viewed as an essential for the maintenance of group identity. As people become members of a social group and learn to share the group's identity, they need to adapt to the group's language, of course. And then next is religious affiliation. It is an important marker for group identity in a given society. For example, you are a worship leader in a Christian church. So that is your affiliation or identity. And then the last is name, which is an important device to individualize a person and legitimize him or her as a member of a social group. When you were born, you were given a name documented through a birth certificate to legalize your birth. The next, social concept refers to all understanding and knowledge of oneself. So the components of self-concepts include psychological, physical, and social attitudes, ideas, and beliefs that one has. The most influence in terms of self-concept is the family's history, basically referring to the culture one has been brought up and the experiences he or she has undergone. So overall, culture has such a greater influence on an individual's life, contributing majorly to the self-concept of an individual. The influence might either be negative or positive depending on the type of the culture that has been brought upon. So this is the end of my output in the preliminary examination. Hope you like it and enjoy, ma'am, and God bless.